Julie Cliff, professional organiser at Space and Time. Thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to talk to you about staying certain on the important things in these uncertain times. You may be a little bit like me, feeling just a little bit all over the shop at the moment with these confusing times. I love my routine, and when the routine goes a bit out of whack, so do I. So I wanted to talk to you about putting some things in place to try and keep your routine as normal as possible so that we are controlling the things that we can control and leaving the rest up to whatever's going to happen, I suppose. So as I was saying about routine being out of whack, of course, the Rugby League season kicked off last weekend. That's normally a big thing in our family. As you would know, I worked at Melbourne Storm Rugby League Club for 15 years, so it's a huge part of our family and our history. And the idea that we're probably not going to see any games at Amy Park this year is a little bit unsettling. It's just something that we've done for the last 20 years, and our oldest son, Robbie, is a ball kid at those games, so on the sidelines, and again, that's something he looks forward to. So just something small that's out of whack for us, but it's just completely, throwing me completely and utterly out of whack. And of course, the changes to work for people. I'm still going about my business with the people that are happy for me to be in their homes. I'm keeping my comings and goings wherever that might be to a small area, and of course not going to big gatherings and those sorts of things. So hopefully keeping that low risk for me and my clients, and it's up to them if they would like me to be in their homes. And then going forward, looking at being able to support people virtually as well. So just being as flexible as we can in these, I'll use the word again, uncertain times. So as I said, there's a lot of things that we can't control in this day and age, but there are a lot of things that we can control, and those being your hydration, eating good food, keeping to good sleep routines, exercises, and looking after your mental health. So I just wanted to talk briefly about those things. Again, being things in the air, it's very easy to think, I deserve an extra drink. I deserve a bit of extra chocolate. I deserve this or that, and being so frantic and feeling like you need to treat yourself. But I have certainly been doing that myself over the last week or two, but trying really hard to bring that to a stop as soon as possible, and curbing that, because it can very easily turn into a new unhealthy habit instead of the normal good healthy habits that we have. So as I said, about taking control of what we can, of course having good hygiene practices, and there's lots of information about that. Staying hydrated, making sure you're fit and healthy and having a lot to drink, water of that being, so that we're in our best possible shape and best for our mental health as well. Eating all the good foods that we should, healthy fruit and veg, whole foods, all those sorts of things, again, just to keep us in the best shape that we can during this crazy time. Of course, exercising, getting out in the fresh air, and keeping to those normal routines. Or maybe you need to start a routine if you're not so good with your exercise. Figure out something that's going to work for you in these times. And the last point I wanted to make is about our mental health. If we're not getting out and about as much as we normally would, what are your practices going to be? Just being mindful what you're consuming on social media. Maybe you might want to go and follow some interior designers or some artists or people that have beautiful plants and those sorts of things that will fill up your feed with beautiful images, rather than all the banter about toilet paper. So again, being mindful what you're consuming on your social media. Another point I was going to make is if we're all at home at the moment, what are some of those projects that you've been wanting to do for a long time that you could really get stuck into at the moment, since we perhaps have a little bit more time on our hands at home? Whether it's out in the garden, setting yourself up a veggie patch, or have you got some mending you need to do, or would you like to take up some quilting? What are some of those things that you just don't make time to do generally that you would like to have a go at over the next few months when we're going to be laying low? I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'll have to have a think about that one and get back to you. My house probably needs a bit of tidying since I'm busy out doing other people's organising and decluttering, so maybe that's something I might like to do. But a bit of time for yourself as well, of course. So they were mainly the things that I wanted to, I was just looking at my list, mainly the things I wanted to talk about today. Would love to talk to any of you, offer a 15-minute obligation-free phone consult if you're struggling with any of the things I've talked about today, whether it's morning and afternoon routines, is it meal planning, or exercise, any of those things that you think are going to keep you on the right track. Or are you going to tackle a big project? Are you going to do some decluttering and organising during this time? Love to offer you a 15-minute chat on the phone. We could even do it by FaceTime or something, so you can show me around your home. If you would like some help, love to have a chat to you and give you some advice. So take care. Please let me know below how you're going with all these things I'm recommending. Again, good hygiene practices, staying hydrated, eating good whole foods to look after yourself, getting plenty of exercise, and just being careful about what you're consuming on social media. Make this a positive and productive time for all of us. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.